back at the Zapata Brand podcast. Probably like a boxing edition, MMA / what we're doing now edition tonight. It's a Sunday morning here. And look who's here.
That's right.
Coach D back in the house. Coach D, how are you?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Good.
A little traffic up in Williamsport because of the Little League.
Little League World Series going on as we speak now. Great place to take the kids. We've gone there the last 2 years. Or actually last year. We didn't get to go last year because of 2 years ago because of COVID. But it was actually very good when we went.
Yeah, it's a good time
good
out
for
there.
the kids. Good for the kids there too. But as usual, I do a little house cleaning right out of the bat here, right out of the gate, I should say. What I want to do is shout out to Jet Lear. Jet Lear plays on Jackson's BYFL league. He was injured very badly over the last week. Had a little slight injury there, his leg. He is in recovery now, doing well. And we just wanted to give him a shout out, tell him to wish him the best to get back on that field. And I knew it wasn't good when Jax called and said, "I got bad news. Jet's hurt."
Oh, boy.
That was the first thing he did when he called me. I usually call him to ask him how practice was, and the first thing he says is, "I got bad news. Jet's hurt." And then I have to do another shout out. This one is for Jersey Jay-Z.
Jersey
Jay-Z has come through with
multiple times.
Multiple guests. Some that are coming down the pipe that we're just securing now, but the Greg Valentino interview we're at the second part there of it. He's gone to his house, showed all the video clips of his house, how he lives, and the kind of the inside of Greg's life, which is it's an amazing thing. When you actually get to go see someone who you've looked at as a social media star, you see how they live and kind of the inside of behind the cameras, and we call it between the ropes.
Yeah.
As it's different. You never see somebody like that, and this is what their life is. This is what they do. It's not just always muscle screaming, carrying on, cursing. It's not like that. The stuff is what he does outside of that kind of what he does on social media, and it's pretty interesting. Actually, it is the most viewed interview so far on our channel, which I'm very happy to say. And that's a big shout out to Jersey Jay-Z.
That's right.
He pulled it off. He's got a couple other things in the works, couple big guests coming down the pipe. And once we get the StreamYard lined up, that will really open up the gates here. Stick with us here at the Zapata Brand Podcast. Subscribe, like, and share it. And you're going to see we're going to really grow the next couple months. And then I'll be able to get more guests in. As you subscribe and you like and everything, that gives us the ability to get more guests in here, because a lot of the guests that we want to get want to see more subscribers, more views on there, and obviously more shares too, so you get it out to the other contest. But as we can go now, we will go to Sugar Sean, MMA, UFC 269, I believe it was last night. 292. Last night. Sugar Sean O'Malley. I keep saying Sugar Shane.
You got the boxing in your head.
Yeah. I predicted he'd knock him out. And what do you know?
Yeah, he knocked him out. Second round. Step back right hand.
Beautiful right hand.
Looked just like Conor against Aldo.
Yes.
A little switched it around.
Very good. He walked right into it and he went down. Wasn't really out.
No,
I don't think.
I thought it was an early stoppage. I mean, Aljamain has been in the fight game for a while. He's been carrying that weight. I thought they were going to let him, go out on his shield. But
I thought it was a good stoppage. I didn't think he knew where he was, really. He was kind of, he was just a little flustered. Didn't know. He was kind of swinging around like a fish on the floor. But that last couple.
I was shocked that Aljo didn't try to take him down earlier.
I think he tried.
Yeah, he tried to, but he just...
But like I said, Sean O'Malley's a big guy. He is big for that weight class, and he has a lot of power. That right hand landed as clean as you can get, and it really set the tone for that fight.
Yeah,
and that was really, I thought, the coming out party for Sean O'Malley.
Now, was that or was Aljo just drained? Because the weight cut is hard for him, very hard.
Did he say it was hard for him? I don't remember him saying it was hard for him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's hard. He said it was hard.
I just never was a big Aljo fan.
I wasn't either. I was surprised that Henry Cejudo, he beat him.
I would not. Let me take that back. Not that I wasn't a big Aljo fan. I just thought that his style wasn't something that I I didn't watch. He was a wrestler, a good wrestler, but I never thought
Did you lose respect for him after the Peter Yan fight, the first one?
I think so because that was an easy way out.
Yeah.
Easy way out. You get the belt. But you get more money, and I'm all for all the fighters getting money. They should be paid. They should be paid well.
Yeah, and that's one thing Sean was talking about with the managers and
Yeah,
getting 20%
I saw that
of
interview.
that. He's
I saw that
big
interview.
on,
But he
on
went
that.
he went pretty deep into it and saying, you got to watch contracts.
Yep.
Because these guys are nothing but scumbags, and you know what? I've dealt it in the boxing business for a long time, and there's two that are still in the boxing game right now that they're terrible human beings.
I think one held you hostage in the background in the locker room, right?
Horrible human beings. Horrible human beings.
After he just won a huge fight, huh?
Horrible human beings. And you know what? It was like $200.
I know.
And he probably cashed a check, probably $4 million, probably a month before that. The guy's a horrible human being, very well known. And what are you gonna do? You can't really say much about it. But that was a fight. We'll just wrap up the O'Malley fight. Was there any other fights on there that you thought of? Oh well, if you thought of any fights that
well, you had
were noteworthy.
Wei Lee.
Wei Lee, the most punches thrown.
Yeah, dominated the I don't even Limon or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know her last name. It's very difficult to pronounce. That one, I think.
Chris Weidman.
I think I was just going to say. I think this is the end of Chris Weidman's career.
They could have get stopped in the second one.
Probably, but I think this is it because he has a torn MCL. That's another year out. It took him a year or 2 years even for the leg injury. I think this is the end of the road for him, but had a great run there for a while. He was tough to beat.
Then you had Cheeto.
Cheeto
who might
Vera.
fight Sean next.
Yeah, but I think Sean wants to do other things. I really do. I think he doesn't. Well, I think Sean wants that back at some point. But is that really a money fight?
I don't know. I think the Marab might be a little bit better.
I thought so too, but he seems to think that isn't it. He thinks a Cejudo fight is more money.
Well, yeah, of course, Cejudo,
but would you want to fight Cejudo? Cejudo's small, real small.
I mean, Sean did call out Gervonta Davis in the press conference.
Which would be a bad fight for Sean O'Malley. That fight would go about one round because Gervonta Davis isn't like one of these guys who'd play around.
Oh no,
I think Floyd played around with McGregor. He would knock him out, and it would be over within 2. I mean, there's no way he'd be able to hang in there with Sean O'Malley. No way.
I still don't think Sean O'Malley has even been tested. Like he's only been in the ring with a couple of good people. That's it. Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling. Who else?
He got beat by Vera. Cheeto.
And, Cheeto. I mean,
What did he get beat though?
He hit his nerve, and he couldn't walk. Remember, he got carried down the street.
That's right.
They wheeled him out.
That's right.
So that's why he wants to get that back.
Yep, and that was a while ago though. That was before COVID, wasn't it?
That was right before COVID.
Yeah, right before COVID. Wow, that was a long time. Man, these years pass by so fast.
Yeah,
it's incredible. Like I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, that was 3-4 years ago. Holy crap! So things are really moving fast. Real briefly before we get into our next topic, I spoke to you a little bit about the coaching situation over the weekend. Coach Diz, you've been a coach for a long time. Mm-hmm. I'm going on 2.5 decades here. And I explained to you, I've never in my life seen something like that.
No, that's ridiculous.
Youth basketball is out of control. It is probably, and it's a situation where if you're running a camp, why would you not have a camp that shows the kids and the youth how to play?
Yeah.
What to expect, what to do. I saw a kid, not really do a dunk, but like kind of a layup, but it was pretty close to being a dunk on a guy. And then he stops and he starts going in his face and clapping at his face like this. It's crap like that.
Yep.
That's
act like you've been there before, but
it just they see it from the top. I'm sure from the professionals, but those professionals get played for it. And the hard news about that, and the hard news that they're going to face in reality they're going to face is that they're not making it to the NBA.
No, that's what I was going to ask you. Out of that, how many people?
I saw one kid who actually played on Landon's team, a Spanish kid, and I won't throw the picture up because I don't know how old he is. He was big. He was really big, and he was very good and athletic, very smooth. He would have a shot, at least a D1 school, because they were all looking at him. That was there. They were all looking at him. I didn't see anybody else that caught my eye. A couple of kids.
Not like a Cooper Flag type kid.
No one who was out there and dominated like that. I mean, that kid is dominating.
Yeah.
Who else was there? I really didn't see anything.
No?
Nothing crazy. No, I didn't. Nothing that, put it this way, nothing that caught my attention where I said this could be a kid who definitely can do something.
And you can see that right away. Wow, athletic.
Even the athleticism,
The height, the jump.
even if he doesn't have the shot right now or something like that, you can see that, man, if this kid works on it, because you could always work on your shot.
Yeah.
You cannot work on height. You cannot work on speed. You cannot work. I mean, you can't. Either you have it or you don't.
Yep.
Because at that level, everybody's fast, everybody's quick, everybody's big. If you don't have it, you're not going anywhere. They would rather take you for that than your shot.
Yeah.
Because you have something they can work with. The other stuff they can work with. It's just like batting and baseball. If you can throw, catch, and run. If you could run and you can, run and throw. They'll work with you.
Yeah.
They'll work with you. You got to be able to hit a little bit because they're seeing the ball. But if you have those two intangibles,
They can stick you outside.
They can put
in
you
right
somewhere.
field.
Well, that would work in Little League. That won't work in the majors. I can tell you right now. Because that's where I know that a couple of my friends were playing. They were playing right field, and the ball doesn't get hit there much. So they were good for them. I just want to briefly talk, and the reason why I bring that up, because you will be now embarking on having Leo Talenka in camp now, and now as he goes into training for his November 4th fight, he has already been training though.
Yeah,
so now my questions are going to come more or less on what our strategy would be. Your strategy would be you're going to lay the groundwork for what's going to happen here. So my question to you would be this. We're trying to find Leo at about 195, right around there. Leo will be fighting in November, first time getting in there. A guy who's almost 200 pounds. But I don't think they'll have the size. The guy we're looking at doesn't have the size, height-wise, as Leo. So where do you... All right, so now you have your clay statue you want to build, and now here's your clay laying there. What are you trying to build?
Well, I gotta see. I haven't really been with Leo for a while. I do think that he's been working a lot, throwing a lot of the punches and stuff like that. I saw a couple things on his video that I mentioned to him that I think we can work on. It's nothing major, but I just his jab's going to be crisp. Right hand.
I'll tell you, I thought his jab looked good.
Yeah.
I thought it did look really good. And with that length, it's going to be hard for a shorter guy to get in. It just will. Because you're going to have to, not only is he big, now you got a jab that's coming in a little faster and long. He's got long arms.
Yep. I don't know what his reach is, but it is long.
It's significant.
Okay.
It's significant.
The volume of punching I want to work on him with.
That's where I think you're going to have a little bit to work on.
Yep.
Because being in good shape and being in good condition are two different things.
Yeah.
Like I said in our last podcast we had, he is going to have, you think when you walk into that ring, you've done all this road work and everything else, that adrenaline is going to zap that energy, and that level playing field starts to equal out pretty quickly.
I know
the
this
size difference.
This past week, he's upped the sparring rounds.
I saw he was sparring with Jason.
Yep, he upped it to I think 5 rounds now.
Now
a little bit 5-minute rounds.
Now Jason is extremely heavy-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he hits you, you're gonna know. He's about 180, but when he hits you, it's like 220.
Yeah,
and that's the one thing that he'll work on with Jason. He has Frank Kane coming down working with him sparring too. Frank Kane's about the same size as Leo. Frank was a pro not too long ago. He stepped away from it for a little bit, but I don't know if he's going to come back, but he might not. So he's working with him, so that would be something I'd be interested in seeing what your evaluation is on that.
Yeah, I think after stepping in with Leo a little bit longer, I'm going to have a better idea what we need to work on. But
do you have an idea, a game plan in your mind?
I do.
Okay.
I do have a game. I do.
Okay, so I just want to make sure, because I didn't want to have him going in there without an idea.
No.
And all of a sudden we turn it up.
No.
And he's not ready for that.
I've been talking to him for the last couple weeks about it and stuff like that, so he understands.
And do you mind who he fights, or do you have a particular style?
No, I have no idea, and really, I don't even care.
So you would so you're going to work on Leo as opposed to working on the opponent.
Yeah,
you're figuring you're going to work with Leo.
Yep.
All right. So hey, roll the dice at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes sense for that. I did see Coco's on the show.
Yeah.
I did see a couple other girls are on the show. We'll get to that all in the next couple of weeks as it grows closer, and we'll make sure that we cover everybody. I'd like to get a couple of them in here.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like to get the boss man in here. Boss man Dennis Burley would be great to have on the show. I'd like to introduce him to my audience. He's a longtime friend, professional fighter, and he's got some wild stories. They are hilarious, and just the stuff you would never expect in boxing he's been through.
Yeah.
Between promoters and managers and just fighters. I mean, he was hit one time so hard he thought the guy was not the same guy he was fighting from the weigh-in. He actually came back to the corner and told me that's not the same guy who was in the weigh-in. The boss man has some wild stories. He really does. But great guy.
Quick question.
Sure.
Just recently, Joe Rogan had Terrence Crawford, and I know it was mentioned that they were talking about Canelo and him.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you? If that happens, what do you?
Well, I can't count out Crawford now. I will say.
Do you think that could happen?
Okay,
Let's just
here's
say
what I think. Here's what I think.
Canelo wins.
I think you got that's a two-part question, and I'll tell you
Okay.
why. My opinion is Canelo's not going to be Charlo.
You really?
I think Charlo would end up fighting Bud. But let's just say
Okay, so we're gonna mark up a
again-
win for Canelo on that one with you.
again, yes. Don't go by me with my picks. Although I was good in MMA this weekend, I picked.
Okay, 177.
Okay, so anyway, I think let's just say Canelo wins and he goes. Canelo's on his way down, and I think Crawford's on his way up. There's two ways I look at this. Canelo hasn't been the same since he allegedly was popped for his last PED test.
Okay.
Allegedly. He has not been the same. Evidently, the guy he fought, that John Ryder guy, he should have blown him out. He did not. You know, he fought Caleb Plant. Good fight.
I mean, he
But it
lost.
looked like he's slipping.
He was just
He
out
looked
of
like
the
he's
weight
slipping.
with the.
Well, so now he's going to go. They're going to go to 54, right? 54. They're fighting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, they're going to 68.
Is it 68?
68.
Okay.
54. Charles the
Yeah,
undisputed.
the other one. Yep.
Okay.
He's going up.
So, is he slipping that far that Crawford will get him? Because the first thing that goes would be your legs. The second thing that goes is your hand speed.
Mm-hmm.
He has not looked fast. He looks slow. He wasn't blazing fast before, but he looks slow. The last thing that goes is your power.
Yeah.
But if Bud is still, which I do think 54 is not really such a long shot for Bud.
Yeah.
It's not. So I think he could go to 64, 68. I really do. I think he'd come in
I
at
think a catch
58.
weight. There'll be a catch
I think
weight.
he'd come in at 58 and or 65 or 63. I think it'd be okay. I'm gonna say Crawford would win.
I know.
Because I know it always is. Anytime someone has a good fight, this guy's the best
Yeah,
ever
no,
or whatever. I never thought Crawford would look that way. Now, it could legitimately be that Spence was so bad or so messed up or something happened to him because of the accident that, Crawford isn't as good. I doubt that. I think Spence. I mean, if they had a second fight at 54 and Spence blows him away, then you got to rethink this whole thing.
Yeah.
But I do think if they were to fight Crawford, let's just take Crawford and Canelo. I lean Crawford because if you look at the fighters that Canelo's fought, the ones he has the trouble with are the slick black fighters.
Mm-hmm.
He just does. There's a thing how they fight. They're just slick.
Movement.
They have rhythm.
Yep.
It's tough for Canelo to beat those guys. Tough.
Yep.
Tough to beat them. I think Danny Jacobs was just too slow for Canelo. But he has problems with those types of fighters.
Mm-hmm.
That brings me to Charlo. A slick black fighter. He can fight. He's got rhythm. He can fight that guy.
I can't see Canelo losing to him. I don't know. But I have to watch. I have to look at it more. As of right now, I'm picking Canelo, but we'll see.
You can't really bet against Canelo because he's, because even if he goes to the scorecards,
Yeah.
he does draw a lot of money. He does draw a lot of money. So again, he draws a lot of money. Is that the wild card in this whole thing that they wouldn't? But then that messes up everything. Then they got to do a rematch.
Yep.
Then they got to do. So let's hope if Canelo were to win or Charlo were to win, it's a knockout. I don't see Canelo getting knocked out, but you're going to cut this up in a short, and Canelo's going to get dropped. But I don't see that happening.
But we'll talk about that.
We're going to talk about it as it gets closer. But that is definitely a fight, Crawford and Canelo, I'd love to see. Mm-hmm. But I'd also like to see Crawford and Charlo.
Yeah.
Because I want to see those two guys, and they are not scared of each other. I could tell you that. And they both want a piece of each other.
Oh, yeah.
They're both mean guys. And that would be something that I would be very interested in seeing. And you know what shocked me, too, though, that I just found out? The one who's undefeated is the one who got slapped.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Didn't the other one lose to Harris?
Lose to Harris, and he had a draw by
Yeah.
somebody else, which the draw was, I thought, Charlo won. Thought he won. But they gave him a draw. And even the Harris fight was close. But then he redeemed himself.
Yeah.
He knocked him out pretty easily. That wasn't even, that wasn't even close.
No.
He knocked him, I think he knocked him down about 5 times.
Yeah.
But Tony Harrison has zero chin. Zero chin. I'd be scared to send my kid in with him. I think he gives a chance he can knock him out. So let's wrap that up there. We'll put that to bed. Is there anything else going on that out there? Any good bets that you would put
No,
on?
I'm just getting my fantasy football league going.
That's what I'm talking about. Every year you give me the surprise pick.
Yeah. My surprise,
sleeper.
the sleeper team. It was Detroit a couple years ago.
And they went 0-12.
And no.
Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Oh.
Yes, they did.
0-16, I think.
0-6. That's even worse.
No.
Yeah. His sleeper pick, he told me, you got to take the Detroit Lions. They didn't win a game the entire season. The entire season. Yeah. It was like my Kurt Warner pick. I thought he was a running back. Yeah.
No, I think this year football is going to be good.
I'm definitely going to do a special podcast with football. Coach Diz, and I think I'm going to try to get your Chino on here. We're trying to do a StreamYard and have him on here. He's very knowledgeable too. About his picks.
Yep.
I see him on the fantasy league there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And so I try to throw a couple shots at him every now and then. I went with the all Puerto Rican team on my NFL draft the one year, and it didn't go well.
No,
not many Puerto Ricans lighten it up in the NFL. So I thought I would represent,
and it's not happening.
Didn't go well. Jeff Garcia was my quarterback, and he didn't do well.
No.
Yeah, not good. But is there anything else after that that you're looking forward to here?
Nothing.
Now with school starting up, it's going to be very
looking
busy.
forward here for a lot of work to get done.
A lot of work. There's a lot of work now with the schools. Everything is just off the chain here with the colleges.
But at least your bagel machine's working now. With back
the bagel machine is back to normal. And bagels are looking good.
Yeah.
Got to give credit to me on that one.
That's right.
And a shout out to the guy at Berwick Machine who fixed it. His name is Albert. He's a very good guy. Came in very reasonably priced. If you guys are looking for machine work to done, he's a great guy. He took care of me. Came down from Allentown. Was in Allentown. Came all the way up to fix it that day. He knew how important it was for us to have that.
When's your car going in the shop?
By the way, good point. State Farm has agreed to accept liability.
Yeah, that was messed up.
They're going to pay me. So I am 1 for 3. Priceline and Frontier, I don't think I'm getting any money back from, but I'm 1 for 3. State Farm, check you off the list. And then I'll find out about that camp.
Oh, yeah. He still hasn't called you yet. Huh?
Hasn't called me. We're waiting on that phone call.
Time is ticking.
We'll know because
by Tuesday morning,
I might have a podcast here. It's not going to be good. No. Not for that guy because I'm incensed at this point.
And being from customer service aspect of it,
unbelievable how bad.
Don't do
I mean, the customer service is one thing. Sometimes you can't control.
One to say that he's not even on the list for a meal.
When
and you show him the receipt.
My ex-wife texted me the receipt, and it was $60.
Yeah. What were
for
they
2
feeding?
meals.
What were they feeding him? Nuggets?
Not caviar. It was
turkey sandwich?
A tea and an Italian sandwich, and a tea and a meatball hoagie the 2 days.
Okay.
$60. I mean, okay. But,
But you went to Wawa.
Went to Wawa, wasn't bad.
Yeah.
We got a couple. I got my Reese's, and it was good. Good day. Good day for old George. But we'll wait till Wednesday. If that phone call doesn't come, and I have the text message,
He's got receipts.
I got receipts. I also got the video. Now that video,
did he put the hands on him?
My son?
Yeah,
100%. Now, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Buddy, if you're out there and you're listening, if you're one of the 300 and some subscribers, you're listening to the George Zapata, to the Zapata brand podcast, you might be unsubscribing.
Yeah.
It's not good. The Zapata brand podcast is growing, by the way. The channel's blowing up here with Greg Valentino's interview. It was a great interview. We have
How many more parts?
I think there's 2 more parts, but I know Jersey Jay-Z is going to, because we're getting a ton of comments about his home, he's going there to film more of that. And
his bedroom with those heads on it, man. I was like, what?
Look, there is a part in there of how he sleeps that isn't out yet. I have no clue what's in between that guy's ears. I mean, what in the hell is going on at that house? If you live anywhere near Greg, please let me know.
But he's a great guy.
Oh, it's a great guy. But holy crap, is he in... I can't believe so. And the funny thing is, his girlfriend is a great girl. She's quiet. You wouldn't expect anything like this. This is nuts. But she sells a lot of her stuff on eBay. They collect stuff and do whatever. Do you know who he reminds me of?
Hold on. Is it someone from...
No, someone in our family. Someone in our family.
Someone from our family.
Yeah. And my family members who are listening here, you'll know. Al Castle.
I was going to say that.
Al Castle would pick shit up.
The late.
The late Al Castle, God rest his soul. And just bring it to the house and somehow find use for it.
Yes.
Give it as Christmas gifts. Put it together. Cousin Al was one of the finest guys I met.
Can build anything, could build anything.
He had 2 strings, a cup, and something else. I got it. Don't worry about it. He put something together.
It's like MacGyver.
It was MacGyver with him. I mean, did everything. He's the one who kicked the machine at Asbury Park, and all the coins came out. He walked on the boardwalk with 2 shopping bags full of coins. That was him. The statute of limitations, other than he's dead. But he did that. That was him. And it was just... The stuff that goes on in Greg's house, it really reminded me of Al. It really did. And you'll see the one part that I have in there. But also, you know what got a lot of good views too? When he was talking about his father.
Yeah.
Nobody sees that side of Greg. And Greg is a very emotional guy when he talks about his father. His father was in the Korean War. Great guy. And when he passed away, it really bothered Greg because of all the stuff they did together.
Rich did a great job too.
Richard. Yeah, let's do the shout out for Rich.
Yeah,
Rich Finch. I keep telling him he's got to get a website up and do the stuff, get the editing stuff together. And if you guys have editing out there that you need to do or some programs you want to put together, Rich is the guy to do it. He is a teacher by trade. So he's very busy.
That's his first job. So.
But the other stuff that he does, he puts that together and he does it for us quickly. He puts it as fast as he can, and over the weekend,
the little effects that he does,
the Marky Mark.
Well, that's not out yet. So
no, he did.
Well, yeah, he did
finger.
that.
That's funny.
Story
that's stuff like
Marky
that. No, that's not out yet, but that will be this week, I think. I didn't get the raw cut yet. That, and then there was one other one. The sirens in the back when he was talking about the raid. That was very good. That's very clever.
Stuff, yeah.
Very clever from Rich. So we have a good team working here. We're small. We're very small. So please subscribe and like the program. It is free. You just got to press the button. Just subscribe. And that's very important for us to grow because then I can get better guests in here. The more guests we get, we do have a bunch lined up that are coming in. We're going more on the business side too. We do have some mafia stuff, some business, some boxing. Guys coming in too, so it's a mixture of stuff. I want to see you guys as an audience, what you guys like, and so far, it's the Greg Valentino stuff, some business stuff, leadership stuff, but Greg Valentino is number 1, and followed by David Kitchen. But the other stuff we got yet to go. I want to see how Bo does. We're filming that this week.
I forgot. Yeah.
And Mark Nesples is still up there. We're still getting views. and that was the first one
I think
we
you got
dropped.
some people coming out to from Jersey to do some of their business and stuff like that.
We got a couple people. We have Monty Lucius has told me on the phone that he'd come out. He has a good business there, doing stuff in the finances industry. I will let him describe that because I'm not as knowledgeable in that area that he does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of regulation there, and I don't know, so I don't want to speak out of turn. Then there's also we're still trying to get Kadeem together. Tim Witherspoon will be here at some point, probably prior to Leo's fight or after Leo's fight.
Did reach out to a couple professional boxers that are out West Coast that you might know of.
Oh, that's right. We have James Arlay, undefeated welterweight. Fought here. I worked his corner one time.
CJ, yeah.
CJ worked his corner one time here in Berwick at one of the shows. He then went out, has been filming with Mike Tyson, goes to Mayweather's gym, and I think he's at Dewey Cooper's gym now. He may be there. I'm not sure.
He was just in a TCL league.
TCL league. It's a very it's something they're just trying to work on. It's kind of like a team-oriented boxing championship. New concept. We'll see how it goes, but he's there getting fights.
Yeah,
and needs to be busy. That's it. So, nothing else to wrap up here.
No,
this was a quick podcast. We just got it together here. We got some work to do. We got to go deliver some bagels, do some other things. Coach D again. Follow him on Facebook, Dennis Zapata. He's on there. Do you IG? What's your IG?
I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Okay, well if you find him.
I think it's
he's
like
on
Dennis
there.
615. I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah, it's something weird. I don't know. Ours is just the Zapata Brand Podcast on YouTube. The Zapata Brand Podcast on Instagram. I don't have the Facebook there. If you wanted the Facebook, just George Zapata. Hit me up if you need something. If there's anything you need, questions answered, people you want to see,
shirts,
let me know. Shirts will be coming this week. I do have them. If you want to order them, just send it through podcast at thezapatabrand.com. Wait, no, it is podcast at thezapatabrandpodcast.com. I believe. You know what? Don't use that.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what to do. Hit me out.
It'll be in the link.
I'll put it in the link. How about that? I'll put it in there at the link and just tell you what to do if you want to order a shirt. So scratch that. Don't be sending emails and saying, I didn't get my shit. Just, I'll figure it out because this is all brand new to me. They're getting the website up and doing the other stuff. I have someone do it usually, but this is stuff that I'm doing now because I have the time to do it. So that being said, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. See you next time. Thank you.